I'm Dr. Ricky Kelso, and this is Michelle. She's my tech, otherwise known as a nurse in human medicine. And we're going to use Peppy, our cat, as our demonstration as we talk about how to trim nails today. First of all, we just want to talk really quickly about tools. These are both nail trimmers. This is called a Resco nail trimmer. It kind of has this handle like this, and it's got this blade that comes out like that. And you hold it generally like this and trim nails kind of like that. This is just kind of a plier type of nail trimmer. The nice thing about this type is that it's very sharp. This blade in here is extremely sharp. You can kind of feel it as you use it. The nice thing about a sharp nail trimmer is that it trims nails very well. My experience with this nail trimmer type is that the blade tends to get dull fast, and sometimes this blade will be loose in connection with this backstop part, and it's really difficult to trim nails with that. So our preference is to use this type, and so that's what we'll use with Peppy the cat, who's really a very willing participant in most things, especially when it involves a lot of attention and stroking and petting. So in cats and dogs, their nail grows out like our fingernail does, except that it's attached to their body a little bit differently. What we wanted to do is talk about nail anatomy really quick. So this is called the nail bed. It's the base of the nail where the nail actually grows from, just like on our finger. In cats and dogs, they have something called the quick, and maybe you can see that on his nail. His cat nails tend to be clear, and so you can see this kind of pink part that runs down to right about there. You want to avoid the quick. The quick has a blood vessel and a nerve in it, and if you cut it, the nail will bleed and it'll hurt. And so sometimes if you cut it too short, the bleeding can actually be kind of dramatic. There'll be little drops of blood everywhere, and it kind of concerns people. I've never known an animal to bleed to death from its nail. And so even though it looks pretty dramatic, usually you can stop it by putting some pressure on it. So if we cut his nail too close, I would just kind of hold it like that. You can use the stuff called Quick Stop powder, which is a powder that helps a clot to form at the end of the nail. Quick Stop powder looks like this. It's kind of a yellowy substance, and that really helps the nail to stop bleeding if you get it too short. And if you're going to nail trim your animals on a regular basis, you can get a little vial of this. It's not very expensive. It'll last your whole life. You aren't going to need to use it that often. The other thing that we use at the clinic to stop nails from bleeding is something called silver nitrate. Silver nitrate is a chemical that comes on a stick like that. You can see it at the end of the stick. It's basically chemical cautery, and so it stops blood by cauterizing the blood vessel. I think that it does sting. The Quick Stop powder doesn't seem to bother them, but wouldn't you agree, Michelle? This does sting when you have to use it on there. It's very effective, though. So that's the other thing. I don't think they sell this in the store. You know, if you really want one, you'd have to get one from your veterinarian. So we're not going to kit his quick, so we're just going to put those in the drawer and hope that everything works out nicely. So you can trim nails on a cat. You can trim nails actually even with a human nail trimmer, because on a cat you can see that their nails are pretty narrow side to side. So they kind of are just flat like that. Yeah, I know we're trimming your nails, and he doesn't really like this. Not too many cats do. So what I do is, you see the pink part, you do not want to hit that, and so you just kind of, on cats, just trim the hook off in their claws. And he's saying, what are you doing?
Okay.
So there we go, and that's pretty much as easy as it is on a cat. We're going to even him up here and do his other one, because we don't want him to think that he's going to have one long paw and one short one. And so you just take the hooks off. With cats, it's kind of good to know what you're doing and just do it as quick as you can. There you go. And he's done. Don't usually do the back nails on cats unless there's someone in the household that gets scratched easily if the cat's jumping off your lap. Because they will scratch you sometimes if they're really trying to get away from you and jump off your lap. So next, we're going to show you how to trim a dog's nails. Michelle, can you get Jelly? Michelle is getting her dog Jelly, who is also usually another pretty willing participant. And we'll show you how to trim Jelly's nails. Jelly has black nails. People are always nervous about trimming black nails because you can't see where the quick is. And so there's a couple other tricks you can use. One of the easiest tricks is just to trim your dog's nails regularly and take a little bit off the tip without having to worry about the quick. And so I'll kind of show you what that looks like too. This is Jelly. She's her first time on TV. She's really excited about that, aren't you, Jell? This is the nicest Cocker Spaniel in the world. Yeah, you get good press for Cocker Spaniels, don't you? Okay, so she's got really fuzzy feet, so that makes it a little bit of a challenge. There's her black nails. And so what I would do with a dog like this, if I had the opportunity, and this was my dog, is I would just trim these nails a little bit every week. Or not every week, probably maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, would you say? And so when I do that, I'll just take a little bit off the tip like that. If you're just taking a little off the tip, it's unusual for you to get the quick on a dog like this. So just like that, you can go through. There's a kind of a white one. That's nice. Oh, you're fine. I didn't hurt you. Sometimes they'll make a little noise like that. I didn't get the quick on her nail. You can see it's not bleeding. She's just like, okay, leave me alone. I don't really want you to do that. And then don't forget the dew claw, because this one, especially on some breeds like pugs and Great Pyrenees and that sort of thing, can kind of grow into the pad, and that actually is painful. So the other thing you can do is try to trim them up really pretty close, and then you have to worry about the quick on these black nails. So what I generally do is just take a little bit off at a time. So there I just kind of took the tip off. Hold on, Jill. And then I took another little bite. You can see I'm just kind of shaving it off. That's why I like these really sharp nail trimmers. And as you do that, you'll start to notice a black mark will kind of appear in here. It's kind of white right now. I'm not a really aggressive nail trimmer, so you can almost see that the black part's coming right there above my fingernail if you can zoom in on that. And I actually would stop there with that nail. I'm not really, like I said, an aggressive nail trimmer. So, because I don't like it when they're bleeding and I don't like it when they hurt. I think that dogs remember this kind of thing a long time, and it makes it harder to trim their nails the next time. So there you go. And that's how we trim nails. So thanks for watching this with us.